This is gonna be fucking enjoyable.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the BREWDCAST. I am, as always, Bud Robinson. Up to my upper left is Leon Robinson. Say hi, Leon.
Hi, Leon.
Wow, everybody's kind of funky tonight. I love it. And up here to my upper right is Town. How you doing, Town?
I'm good, bud. How are you?
Here we go. So before we get started, I watched a video about where they discussed all the shit that's on the new World Heavyweight Championship.
It's all shit.
There's 3 lions. There's an eagle. There's a crown. There's 60 diamonds. There's a globe. There's filigree, and there's rope trim. Like
filigree?
Yeah, like the fancy. Hold on, I had to look it up.
I'm learning a new word.
An intricate, delicate, or fanciful ornamentation.
Oh, okay.
To commemorate the royalty that has made WWE so great. I don't. Like, it's like. I get that they want to pay homage to the rest of the wrestling, like their wrestling history, but Jesus Christ. It's like they threw it all on. It's too much. And then, of course, there's the gigantic WWE logo in the center. Can't forget that.
Absolute inability to self-edit. They went from the ones that they have that are too simple with just the fucking giant logo to way too much going on.
And as they're pointing stuff out, I'm like, I don't see that. Like, is your lighting shitty or is the belt just shitty? Maybe a little bit of both. Anyway.
Just the poop emoji.
I just wanted to say that.
It sucks. They suck. Whatever. I'm moving on with my day.
Okay.
You suck. They suck. Get fucked.
Hey, my thing turned. This fucking camera. There we go. That's what I wanted.
Hey there.
So do we want to just jump right into AEW Dynamite?
Yeah. I was making eyes at Leon. Sorry. Oh, we got our own thing going on. So never mind.
Oh, do y'all need me to leave for a minute? I can go. So the first thing was the 8-man tag team match. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Bandito, Orange Cassidy versus the Jericho Appreciation Society.
I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't think it was good. I just thought it was. I thought it was there to serve a different purpose. You know, nothing in that match really stuck out to me, but nothing in that match was bad. I think Cole going after Jericho at the end was pretty cool, though.
I kind of feel like that was the thing. That was the thing.
That was the only reason they had that match.
Yeah, I think so.
To get it so his guys were beat up and couldn't save him.
And to get Orange on the card without putting him in a title match again.
Yeah, he's gonna lose that soon, I think. Pay-per-view.
I think he might lose it to Daniel. I don't know if it's gonna be next week, but they've been putting a lot of stock into him.
Yeah. He lifted that belt up. Not that Pac was bad with it, but he lifted it up to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So
I think Pac sort of cemented what it was, because he was defending it all over. He wasn't defending it just in thing. So yeah. Yeah, it wasn't even just AEW shows, which was cool. Like, it was cool to be like, hey, you missed this. It was maybe that part wasn't so cool, but being able to see him in other promotions
defending an AEW belt, yeah, that was good. I like that.
Saraya versus Willow Nightingale. This was a pretty decent match. I think it showed that Saraya is behind a step. We talked about this before.
Literally what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Literally what I was just gonna say. She's just that little. It's she's still a little rusty. But the more they get her out there, the better.
I think her character makes up for it, you know? And
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Soho and Tony definitely help a lot. I still think Soho is the leader, but the broadcast team disagrees with me.
I like the ending when Sheeta came out, but I thought it was too obvious that she was going to turn on her, which because she had to. Mm-hmm. They couldn't have Sheeta with them because that would just not make any sense on any level.
It's a little lopsided.
It would have been 4-on-2.
Yeah, they also, I mean, they teased it when the Outcasts were.
So does this mean that at the pay-per-view we can get like 3 women's single matches?
We could.
Like that would be.
I think we are though. I think they're going to do a trios match.
Good. I don't think so. I think they're going to do a tag and then a title match. Because I think they're going to have Hayter defend, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. The only thing I think is that if you're gonna make it where the men's championship has to be defended every pay-per-view, to make the women's championship the same level of importance, it should be defended every pay-per-view too.
I would.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Glad we're on the same page.
Leon, I think you need to trim your nose hair a little bit.
Oh wow. Wow, is that a booger or a fucking hair?
Oh, it might be.
Maybe it's a little bit of both.
It was a booger. That was legitimately a booger.
No, it's fuzzy.
This is pretty.
Don't fucking show me.
It's not a booger, it's a fuzzy.
Okay, this does not get cut. This makes it because that was gold.
It's not a booger.
This is sort of, yeah.
Did you taste it? Did you taste it?
I did not, but it was a little fuzzy. It wasn't a booger.
Okay, why did you get a fuzzy on your nose? What were you doing?
I have no idea, dude.
Okay, now you're paranoid. That's good. I like that.
Just do this.
I was fucking sleeping and then woke up and...
He's got a cat butt fuzzy on his nose.
That would be no good.
No, I can't.
Speaking of which, I got into a fight with my cat.
Cat won.
Yeah. Fucker.
Yeah, Ninja's an asshole.
Picked him up and then I flipped him over so I could scratch his stomach, and he didn't want that, but he didn't tell me he wanted that. He just smacked me in the face. I'm like, fucker.
Does your cat at least know how to like swat at you without having the means out?
Oh God, no. God, he's all claws. He's all fucking claws.
Okay.
He always when he has an extra thumb. No, this is wrestling related because he was wrestling us.
Okay, we need to talk about Dynamite, not cats. Let's get this back on track. For Christ's sake.
Also, his claws are really sharp. We can move on. That's fine.
We're the world's best cat pod. We're probably not even. There's probably way better cat podcasts than this. One asshole bitching about cats, the other two like, oh my God, I love cats.
Indubitably.
I hope they're doing something with Willow at the next pay-per-view. By the way, the link that you sent, Leon, for her new shirt, fucking awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
I hope they're doing something with Willow too, but I don't think they are.
Yeah. Again, like another
I
talent.
think Chris Statlander is about to come back.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to beat Jade. And it is
I hope so.
About fucking time.
I
give Statlander.
Did they seriously keep that in a holding pattern for a fucking blown out knee?
Yeah,
that's
they did.
Crazy. That's fucking crazy.
I think they have big plans for Statlander.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with Statlander is she blows out her knee every 6 months. So
she blows it out, rehabs, come back.
Gets hot, does great, gets a push, and then.
However, have you seen pictures of her?
Thigh ligament.
Yeah,
she's fucking huge.
Yeah, she got big, like Jack, not like big. But Jack, but she was always pretty strong.
Yeah, but like now she's like
she's got inject.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, shit! I'm gonna have to look.
But she's
I haven't seen anything on it, but I haven't really been on Instagram or anything, so.
Yeah, she's.
Of this group of us, you're the boomer. You know that, right, Leon?
Well, I am the oldest.
But you're also the boomer. You're like the one that doesn't. Like you don't have a webcam, you have a phone. You're the boomer. It's funny. You can't work things.
It's just the rest of my stuff.
I don't know how to.
to.
I don't know how to turn my phone camera on. Stuff like that. He's the boomer.
Oh, dear.
Grandpa Leon over there.
Oh. Is somebody gonna throw hands?
No, I love Leon. I wouldn't throw hands at him. Plus, we're on a screen, so I don't think we could get anywhere. He'll probably just call me an asshole, but I'm being an asshole. That's okay.
That you are.
He is the boomer, though.
Rude.
But it's not saying anything because it's true. It's okay, Leon. One of us has to be the boomer. It just happens to be you.
I think it's my cat, actually. The Tres de Mayo Trios Battle Royal, which immediately made me think of the Cinco de Cuatro episode of Arrested Development. Somebody thought of that. I know it.
Again, they do battle royals so often. I didn't mind this battle royal.
Yeah,
because I think it told a good story, and I knew the Acclaim was going to win. They have to, because the Acclaimed against the House of Black is a good pay-per-view match.
I mean, I was hoping for the Dark Order, but the Dark Order rarely wins these days. Although I think they're doing more with them now.
They are, but they're kind of that mid-card comedy act.
Yeah.
And they don't have enough. I don't know. I wish
they
did more.
Kind of jobber to the stars.
Yeah, I wish they did more with them, but I can see why they don't.
But they're also they're also pushing that at least commentary is pushing the narrative of how good they actually are. You know, Johnny Hungy and his strength, and Evil Uno and his
the one in that group that has the charisma to carry it is Johnny Hungy, and they brought Stu Grayson back, and we haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did he go already?
Yeah, he was there for one match, and then he kind of disappeared. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, surprise re-debut, one match, and then
he went home. He's like, no, I'm good.
He disappeared again.
It's rude. Also,
I think things are about to change in that company, though. Keep going, bud.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Well, they got rid of both the shows now too.
Yeah, Dark and the other one are gone. Because AEW is going to be exclusively on the Turner networks, which is great.
Good for them. Get that money, man.
And they're gonna have. I think the quote unquote soft roster split is gonna happen, but I think in a way it's smart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I think the reality of it is Rampage is going to become even more of a B show, which is fine. You know, have Rampage be the show where those guys are. But I think if I'm the Dark Order, I'm really excited because I'm going to get on TV more. I think if I'm, QT Marshall and those guys, I'm going to get on TV more. Like those guys that are just like the Butcher and the Blade. I think those guys are going to get on TV more.
Yeah, but the ones who are sometimes on TV, you're right. I think they're going to get on TV more. But then you have those folks like the Trustbusters or 50% of the women's division.
But those Trustbusters are going to move into this on TV sometimes role. Everybody's going to take a step up.
This is my issue with it. They had this outlet of AEW Dark and Dark Elevation where you could put guys out there like the Trustbusters or Serpentico or these guys who aren't ready for TV for whatever reason, or they don't want to put them on TV for whatever reason, and they could go make a paycheck. They can get their face on TV. They can and there's going to be losses. There's going to be people who were getting better on Dark, and they're going to go because they still don't fit on Rampage, and that sucks.
We'll see. I want to see how they're going to do it. I want to see if it's going to be a legit, you're either on this show or this show. And I could see for a couple months you're going to be on this show, then you're going to be on this show. It's kind of have people going back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think if you say every week you're on one show and not the other, that's going to open up a lot of spots. That's going to create a lot of stuff they can do.
Potentially.
Create a lot of spots.
I've heard that people who don't have a problem.
The only issue I have with this is, what do you do with MJF? Where does he go?
I think he works both shows.
But does he? Or do you just kind of put him where his feud is?
Yeah.
Or the tag team champions.
Yeah.
They work both shows. So again, it kind of comes back to that thing, and that was the problem. I don't know if what we all remember when the brand split in WWE first happened, and Brock Lesnar was a champion, but it was only on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had to bring another belt in. Like, we do not need another belt.
No,
That's because they went and made him brand specific.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
when it was supposed to be that he went wherever.
which I liked better, but whatever. We'll see. I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't close off half the roster for feuds and everything for him. He could go wherever they wanted to write the story for him to go.
Well, you can treat it kind of like an actual brand, I'm thinking of like AEW and NJPW. Like, you can have NJPW guys on an AEW show, and then they run a program, and then they go back to their show, right? Like, you could do the same thing here, like where MJF runs a program with, I don't know, Orange Cassidy on Collision, and then he goes back to Dynamite to run.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
Omega.
I fucking hate the name Collision. Hate it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's tacky.
That's
tacky. It just doesn't sound. Does not sound good.
I don't know. I'm not really crazy about any of their names.
Is that what the Saturday show's named?
Yeah. Supposedly.
Okay.
I don't like Dynamite. I like Dynamite. I've liked Dynamite since the start. Rampage is.
It's just weird.
And Collision is. I don't know. It sounds like something you'd make in TEW when you were like, I don't know, 10 years old. Didn't know any better. It's gonna be a collision.
And the logo has like barbed wire around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Like our old WWA logos that all had barbed wire for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, we never
because
used
ECW. That's why. ECW made it cool. Well, to be fair, I think
we had one
the early aughts made
WWE
it
logo,
cool.
and I don't know if you remember it, but it would have been the night that we did the. It would have been the day of the Fireball.
Oh dear.
Because it was the first day that we had a camera,
Mm-hmm.
and Rainville made a fucking. Rainville made a logo on cardboard of WWA, but the letters were written in barbed wire.
Yeah, I think I remember.
One
that.
W was in barbed wire and one was in blood. And the A was in barbed wire. So we're looking at like, you just ripped off the WWF logo. That's all you fucking did. What the fuck, man? All we did.
Yeah. Yeah. I vaguely remember that. And I don't remember why, but I feel like I did something with that. Like maybe digitized it or something. I don't know.
You might have. I just remember that fucking piece of cardboard and I hated it.
Gorgeous. It's a brilliant logo.
It wasn't. It wasn't. I used to like it when we had the linoleum belts in summer and they would fucking melt.
Oh God, yes, right?
As you were wearing them, they like fucking melt into your body.
They were just like wet noodles.
Fitting.
So then we started putting duct tape on the back of them.
Was that why we started doing that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, to hold it together better.
I love it.
That's great.
So the next thing I think was Kenny Omega, which was so I guess earlier in the night was the Blackpool Combat Club thing, right? And that was badass.
I thought they were both pretty good.
I thought Kenny Omega's was pretty cool too, and
I thought they were both good.
I'm
excited for that match. I'm excited for that match.
I think Callis is going to turn on Kenny.
That would be kind of cool. I think he has to.
I think I think it's going to happen, regardless. But I'm kind of feeling like it's going to happen in the cage because, like,
is he going to go with the Blackpool Combat Club?
I don't know. He might.
I love the fact that Bryan Danielson is the mouthpiece for Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah,
right. One of the knocks on him in WWE was he couldn't cut a promo, and like here he's the mouthpiece and he's doing great.
He's an amazing promo. Like
he really is. No, I have nothing bad to say about those. I'm excited for that match. I thought it was a good build, just all around.
Yeah.
What was next, bud?
Wardlow. Meh.
It
was like, why?
Yeah.
Well, no, I get why. They're giving him squash matches to improve his legitimacy as a champion.
But he's going to fight Christian now.
Which is, I don't get that, but okay. Like, I don't know why they're doing it that way.
I just feel, here's my thought right now. Arn Anderson and Wardlow turn heel and reform the Four Horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
Is what needs to happen.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing else. Because Wardlow, he's fine as a babyface, but his momentum got... The fact that the MJF thing happened where he walked out right before that match really kind of took away Wardlow's momentum.
Dead.
You know, and right now it should be like, why the fuck is Wardlow not challenging for the championship? He destroyed MJF. It was a fucking squash match.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not going to get a shot. Like, that's the guy that should be at the top of the list. So, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. Their booking of him has been so erratic, let's say.
Like, they gave him a little bit of depth, and that was cool. But then they sort of stopped. Like, he is not... I don't feel like his character has progressed all that much. And, like, yeah, he's got a few new moves, you know, like, he's not just a powerbomb guy anymore. And he's a great wrestler. Like, he's an amazing worker. But, like, he's not, like, as a character, very interesting. And so I think him as a horseman would be awesome. Like, I think that's a great vehicle for him.
Making him the focal point.
Yeah.
Would be, yeah.
And the more I think about it, the more I think Kip Sabian would be awesome in there. They're not going to do it because he's in this trios thing with the Butcher and the Blade, but
I like Kip. I hope he gets a push.
Yeah.
A good one.
Yeah, he's awesome.
They could bring them along too.
That's true. Yeah.
But I think you'd bring Anderson's kid and Pillman in. Just because of the connections to the previous Horsemen. That would be your tag team. And the reality is those two as a team aren't bad. They just don't ever get it. They're just so buried.
I watched them on Dark the other night. They're actually really fucking good. Like, I have not been a huge fan of Pillman Jr. And I didn't know anything about Brock, but, like, as a tag team now, like, they're a good tag team. They're also showcasing each other's excellent, like, they have
I've always
much better
seen a
promo
lot
skills.
I've always seen a lot in Pillman. It's just he's never been in a spot to kind of do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I liked his team with Griff Garrison, and I thought they had some momentum as the Varsity Blondes. And then the Blackpool Combat Club just fucking destroyed him, which they had to. I get it. But then they lost their manager and everything, so it was just kind of like, meh.
Yeah. And, well, but honestly, I think, aside from Griff, like, Pillman and Julia Hart are doing much better outside of that group. I think that was a good...
I think Griff is hurt, isn't he? Isn't he hurt?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, whatever. What was next?
Ricky Starks versus Juice Robinson. This was an awesome match.
I thought it was a great match.
Reminded me a lot of... I feel like you're going to be like, you're full of shit, bud, but it reminded me a lot of, like, Razor and Michaels. Like, it had the feel of... Those two have, like, the feel of, like, early Attitude Era wrestling. Where it's sort of raw.
And it's sort of SmackDown?
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why I asked you to re-say that. That sucked. Okay.
You don't do nearly enough dad jokes. Leon, you got to work on that. Work on your shit. Come on.
Fucking Christ, though.
It's just like those two, they're just like very good all-rounders, and seeing them in a match together, just like they have amazing characters. They're doing good wrestling. Like, it was a good match. Yeah, that's all.
I thought it was good. I thought it was probably my second favorite match of the night. So it was good. It was good, but it was enjoyable. And I want to see where they're going to go with this. And I want to see Sean Spears get involved, because I like Sean Spears.
Yeah. I mean, he was, right? Like,
I think he'll be back. I think that might be the the pay-per-view match there. But who knows?
I thought there was more shit, but apparently, according to Bleacher Report, the next thing was the Four Pillars tag team match. The lead up to this was kind of awesome for this Dynamite, because they showed
fucking MJF and Sammy Guevara being those fake friends. It's just like the way they hugged and they both faced the camera. It was like, this is fucking amazing. And then the match was really good. The match was really well put together.
So like
this was my favorite match.
Those two, Sammy Guevara and MJF, they remind me of like WWE comedy, but like if it was done well. Like I kept thinking of Billy and Chuck.
Okay. The vibe that I got from them was like Austin Angle.
Oh yeah.
Like that was the vibe I got from them. Like these two guys that are, they're trying to outdo one another, but they're also trying to be like overly nice.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see right through it, but it doesn't matter because it's just fucking hilarious.
Yes.
And then in the end,
we need one of them with a tiny cowboy hat on.
Badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
My favorite thing is like friends don't shake hands. Friends hug.
Yeah, I thought it was great. And it was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
The match was good.
Yeah.
It had the right, I mean, you had to have the 4-way. I mean, it was obvious, but they did it in a fun way. And I like the little heat they created between Darby and Jungle Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember, if you guys remember our last summer, as we were sitting there talking about what we were going to do, and I kept saying, we've always been so reliant on the baby faces and heels being friends, and we need to just throw that out the window, and everybody needs to hate everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And with our 4 guys, Shockwave, Orgasmo, Hardcore Borden, that was exactly what we did, because everybody hated everybody. And it was like a perfect... It creates a better situation, because we could have done a hardcore Shockwave main event. Mm-hmm. We could have done Orgasmo Borden, and it wouldn't have mattered. Even though they were both face, we were both heel. But that's what I really like, that thing, because it's not like, oh, these two guys are friends. How are they going to fight? It's like everybody fucking hates everybody, which makes way more sense.
Yeah, they like planted the seeds. They planted the seeds, and I thought that the ending was perfect for like making
in every way
so that nobody is friends.
Yeah.
Like absolutely nobody is friends. And I loved that. That was a great. They done good.
That was a good show.
Tony Khan done good.
It was a good storyline show. I think last week was too. They're doing a good job building stuff right now. The match quality was a tick better than last week, but it wasn't like super good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that first match was just kind of that felt like the biggest whatever match ever to me.
Yeah, I would agree.
But
yeah, it was kind of like it was fun.
But it was
whatever. Cool to see those guys in the ring together, but like it was also sort of meh. Because I think the bigger story they were telling was between Adam Cole and Jericho. Even though you have all of these guys who are amazing, you're sort of just
you're kind of cannibalizing it for that one thing.
Yeah.
That happens.
All right. Well.
Okay, bud. What are we moving on to?
Good night.
Are we moving on to?
So actually, the only other thing that I have is the thing with Jarrett, Lethal, Dutt, and Singh at the Briscoe farm.
Loved it.
Not shown on here. I saw most of it.
Loved it. It was so stupid.
It was so stupid.
It was the one I popped for Jeff Jarrett tonight. I know that sounds really weird. But when he had the guitar, he's like, I'm going to play my hit song with my baby, and then old man Briscoe walked up and he stopped. And then Saddam Singh holding the guy's fucking kid was the most, he's like this giant fucking human holding this little kid. This kid's looking at him like, what the fuck are you? And then Sanjay Dutt just jumping around. Like it was good.
Yeah.
It was, okay. I shit on Jeff Jarrett a lot.
No.
But there's a way to use him.
Yeah.
There's a way to use him. And tonight was the way to use him.
Yeah.
Like that was perfect. That was a great segment. That made perfect sense. Like it was good. It was good.
When he's like the slimy heel. He's also a little like he's not taking himself too seriously.
That's what he needs.
Going over a young talent for no fucking
You know,
reason.
he also, I read an article where they said when he fought Orange Cassidy, they wanted him to win the international title, and he said no. So part of me thinks he kind of gets his role.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that, you know, and he's not been shoved on TV as much, which makes me hate him less.
Yeah.
Though the logo for All In I sent you guys today kind of scared me.
It took me a moment to figure it out because I saw his face above All In, and I was like, "Is this the real poster? Like, is he in the front and center?" And then I looked at all the other ones, and I'm like, "Oh no, it's not."
It's just every gimmick he's ever had ever.
It's a lot.
I saw it, and my first reaction was I laughed, then I was a little sad because I'm like, if they did that, I'd be sad. Jeff Jarrett versus Double J Jeff Jarrett. Slapnuts Jeff Jarrett versus the other Jeff Jarrett. I don't know.
No good.
King of the Mountain.
Oh God, King of the Mountain. Oh, Jeff Jarrett. Like he gets the business. He does. And I think you're right. I think that him not wanting to go over Orange Cassidy showcases that.
I hope it. Yay, good for him. The dude has done it all. He's not what he thinks he is. He was never like. We're not going to sit here and talk about like the era from like 95 to 2010 and talk about the top guys and be like, yeah, it was The Rock and Michaels and Hart and Austin and Jeff Jarrett. Like, it's not him.
Yeah.
It's not him. He was a reliable mid-card, upper mid-card heel. But that was kind of his ceiling. That was his ceiling in WWF. That was his ceiling in WCW, even though Vince Russo thought differently. Vince Russo wasn't right, so...
But Vince Russo is an amazing creative. I don't know.
Oh, well, blood's high.
No, I just got hit in the head earlier today. That's all I have.
What about our friend showing up at the Impact show? You didn't see that?
What are you talking about?
CM Punk showed up at the Impact show.
Oh, yeah. I had heard about it. I
What?
didn't see it.
Yeah, he's just doing it. He's going everywhere right now.
He's trolling. He's fucking trolling.
Oh, God, yeah. He better fucking come back heel. Come out in Chicago and just take a shit on him.
No, I mean, that was essentially the reason he was there, was because it was in Chicago. And
Did anybody see the draft
oh yeah,
or read about it?
I watched both of them, NFL and WWE,
Kind of.
because as you know, I am a big fan of the football and the sports entertainment.
I've not. I looked at the draft, and I was like, okay, it looks pretty lopsided to SmackDown, which is okay. And they kept some couples together, like real life couples, which was awesome. But why every year do we have to have the women's champions switch brands and then they have to switch belts? We do that.
Yeah,
every
that's
year.
stupid as fuck.
Every fucking year, guaranteed.
So somebody suggests that they just get rid of the, stop calling it the Raw Women's title and the SmackDown one, make it do like with the men's title, make a Universal and a WWE or WWE in a World or something like that, where they can just, if they get switched on the brands, they don't
Just
have
change
to.
the colors, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like Charlotte's already gained extra fucking reigns because of this shit. It's absurd.
I hate the fact that those two titles are pretty much the same and there's no difference in them. That bothers me to no end.
Yeah,
It's
really
so
just the
generic.
color.
So generic.
It drives me nuts because, like, I look at AEW, who has a good roster of women. Like, they have, like, 30% of them, like, are awesome, and the rest of them are coming up, right? And they don't showcase them. But then you have WWE, who has an amazing roster.
It's not even close.
And
they're so much better, but they've been developing it for longer.
That's true. But like they don't treat it with they don't really give a shit about it. They showcase it more, but they
give
also
a shit
don't
about
give a
it
shit about
only
it.
at certain times.
Yes.
They give a shit about Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
They give a shit about Charlotte. They give a shit about Becky, and kind of Bianca. But everybody else in that whole division is a complete fucking joke, and they don't care. And it's that same thing where you're here when we need you to pop up. We're gonna give you a little bump, give you a belt.
Yeah.
Then when you lose it, right back down.
Yeah.
So.
I watched a bit on NXT, where the champion, I don't know who the people are on NXT anymore, but she gave up her belt and like left it in the ring and then left because she broke her leg. She couldn't defend it anymore. She left with some guy. Everybody knows who he is. I don't know who he is. But then like...
Loomis.
Yeah.
Next to Loomis and Indy Hartwell. Did Indy Hartwell break her leg?
I guess, yeah.
I thought she got drafted.
Both.
Well, there you go. I assumed it was because of injury. It was probably because of getting drafted. But then, like, they had this segment afterwards where one girl tried to come in and, like, take the belt, and then another one came in and, like, tried to steal it from her, and she's like, that's mine, and that's mine, and that's mine. It was, like, totally Jerry Springer, Vince McMahon bullshit. And I'm like, oh, my God. You don't give a fuck about these women. Like, that's not... Oh, like, this is just Crash TV. Like, you're just doing Crash TV. Which is fucking... it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious.
She's got a busted up ankle. She doesn't actually have a broken leg, but they did move her to... They did move her to off of NXT. So, they just gave her the belt and moved her off because, you know... Planning.
Yeah.
The shit feels really Vincey as of late. You know, it just really does.
I believe that. But he's not dealing with creative. Don't you know?
He's in the weeds. Or he's not in the weeds, whatever.
He's not in the weeds.
I don't know what to say about it. It's just... Like I said, I've given up on it. I truly have. I mean... There's people in WWE I really like.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really like. Finn Balor. I really like Edge. It's hard not to like Edge because he was such a fucking awesome heel. He got hurt and he got to come back, and that's so fucking awesome. I kind of like Randy Orton, even though I've bitched about him my whole life. Because he's just done it, and he's just there, and he's got his shit down to a T. I like Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like Bray Wyatt, but now I'm just kind of like, eh. You know, Becky Lynch is hard not to like. I like Brock because Brock's fun. Like, there's people I like, but I just sit there and you watch them, and it's just like they're so fucking misused.
Sammy and KO.
Great. Wish they were in fucking AEW. You know.
I mean, I'm with you there, but I don't know that they're going to. Like, they're being used so well. Of anybody that's in that company, they're being used so well.
They really, they ran with them, which is great.
I watched a bit with them where they were like doing this big badass promo, KO was, and then somebody said something about Solo, and he's like, "Why do they call him Solo? He's never alone. Like, that's not the definition of Solo." And Sammy was like, "You don't change the subject because he's going to be on about this for like the next 20 minutes. You should just say something." It was very brutish, and then they were like, "Okay." Kevin's like, I'm going to go solo because you're pissing me off. I'm leaving. And so he walks off and he's like, are you coming or not? And then and then he turns around and he's like, I forgot the car's over here.
Those are guys, though, that like us, they grew up loving wrestling and they fell in love with the sport and they want it to be the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And like they have that just love for it. They have the feel for it. That's why the Brood worked. Like you get something like that and it just works. And you're just having fun and it's not... I know you're not forcing it, you're not faking it.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things that why the Brood was so fucking amazing. Because it was just like we turned our ridiculousness up and we were fine.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was really truly like that was all with even with Leon, it was all within reason. And like Jensen playing Darius, like that was all within like Rainville as Curvin. Pretty fucking spot on, actually. You know, so it was just like, and you were just like the innocent dork that didn't know what was going on, and then Town was this chaotic fucker who just was like stirring the pot and doing shit. That's me. That's what I do.
Yeah.
It was just like it was like who we were. And we never thought that because we're like, I'm like Shockwave, and Leon's like, I'm like Orgasmo, but it's like, no, I'm not like Hardcore. I'm like the fucking. It's just the way it works.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think that's what Kevin and Sammy are doing, and it looks like they're having fun, and I'm happy for them. You know, another guy I think that got that though was Roman, because I think Roman and his character aren't too far off. You know, I think that's just who he is.
Yeah,
and it works. The rumor now is he's losing to Cody at WrestleMania 40.
Another fucking year?
Who cares?
Hey, Leon, we got the bronze medal championship, the third place belt. You're not good enough for 1 and 2, so you can have 3. Roman's so good he takes first and second. I just can't wait till SummerSlam when they have a big unification match and Roman wins that too. Fucking belt collector Roman Reigns.
Unifies it, but still keeps all of the belts.
Well, the rumor is he's not going to have 2 belts though. He's going to have 1. They're just going to rename it to the Universal,
which is just a stupid name.
Which means they're getting rid of the WWE Championship, which is like
the one with the actual lineage.
Yeah.
Absurd.
Yeah, whatever. Are they going to split the tag belts up too? I imagine they are.
I mean, they're not on the Usos anymore, so why would they would totally do that. They're not.
They should do that too. The only problem is they don't have enough tag teams for that.
This is true.
And you look at the Usos went to. No, they stayed on SmackDown, and Sammy and KO went to Raw. So they're still with Roman. Are they just going to win the SmackDown version of the belts? Because like no other team is good. They have nothing else.
It's very possible.
We're just back to where we are, and then Solo can win the U.S. belt from Austin Theory, and then we can just have this bloodline dominate SmackDown because Leon likes that. That's what he wants.
It's our favorite, actually. That's that was one thing that I got from the what did they call it? The Tres de Mayo Battle Royal is like you have they had, what was it, 6 teams? I think it was 6 trios teams. And it got me thinking, like, they actually put time and effort and energy. And like it they really only took 6 months to like build up all of these.
I think they were putting those
teams.
pieces in. They were putting those pieces in place beforehand, though.
Yeah, but I think like they put the time and effort and energy into the trios division, and so like it's just something that WWE doesn't put enough. And it's not like they can't. It's not like they couldn't get tag teams together to like do the same thing, but they're just choosing not to. Instead, they just have the Usos, and so then you have to put Kevin and Sammy together, which is fine. That's great.
Though.
Like
that's the flaw of WWE, and it has been for like the past 15 years, because their thought is, we have John Cena, we can just put any old heel out there. We have Roman Reigns, we can just put anybody out there. They're stars. When you just don't ever spend any time to build anybody up, then you don't have any stars.
Yeah.
Then you sit there like, well, why don't we have any stars? Well, because you don't fucking make any. You have nobody.
Yeah.
Have them all destroyed by your big champion. Nobody else can challenge.
Hey, speak appropriately. He's our tribal chief, Leon.
We acknowledge him. I also think
Speak for yourself.
I also think like they put so much time and effort and energy into one person. They've done this for many years. Like they have all of their pieces on one character. Right now it's Roman Reigns. And then when that guy walks off, they kind of just hope that somebody else comes along and they're really good. But then you have guys like CM Punk or like Daniel Bryan who they don't want to be champions, who they don't want to be in that role. So they sort of just like, they let it ride for a little bit so that they can make money. And then they just let it peter out. And that's just
the best way that they can, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking irritating.
Without putting any actual effort into the reign or anything.
As great as Punk's run was, and I love Punk's run, Daniel Bryan feels like the bigger miss to me. Because you had the anti-authority guy if you would have strapped a fucking rocket to him, he could have been that guy.
Crowd was there.
I'll never forget that when he had to join the Wyatt family, which was stupid, and then he unjoined that cage.
Mm-hmm.
When he's sitting on top of that cage and he's going like this really slow, and the crowd's doing the yes chant with him super slow, it's like he's got him in the fucking palm of his hands. That was like one of the top 5 WWE moments of all time. That was fucking
that pop when he fucking threw the knee at Bray. Oh my god,
incredible! And yet somehow they fucking still weren't gonna go with him at Mania. Well, who wants to see him? We have Batista and Randy Orton. Everybody's like, what the fuck?
Because he's not their guy.
Yeah.
They can. It's like
he's too small.
He's not a WWE guy. He's too small. He's like march out this giant list of arbitrary reasons why Daniel Bryan can't be your guy. And instead, that's instead of just paying attention to the fans and being like, oh shit, the fans are really behind this guy.
I don't know what they want. Only Vince knows what they want.
That's right.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Tell me what I want, Vincent. Tell me what I want.
You want Roman Reigns?
And his steel blue eyes.
I kind of feel like I don't.
You do, Leon. You just want a minute. It's
I
okay.
kind of feel like I don't.
I know you love Roman. It's fine.
Wow.
What I want to know right now, though, is there's so many fans that have been lifelong fans like us.
Mm-hmm.
And we suffered through some shit with that company.
God, yes.
Okay, like we were there in the mid-90s. At least I was. But I believe you were, Leon. I don't know if you were. Like the mid-90s, like 93 to 96 was dog shit. Okay. We stuck with it. Okay, we got the Attitude Era, which was great. Then after the Attitude Era, we got like Katie Vick and all this shit that was offensively stupid. We got the rebranding, rebranded ECW that was fucking awful. And they kept giving us shit, and we kept coming back, and we kept coming back, we kept coming back. Mm-hmm. And then this Roman Reigns title reign is like, there's so many fucking points where it should have ended, and it hasn't. Mm-hmm. And now we're all at a point where it's like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Cody was it. Cody at Mania was it. That was the moment where I was like, this guy's got to win, and I was excited for Cody. Then he lost, and it's just like, I don't care. I don't care when he loses it. Like, the damage is done. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious to see how this affects business long term. Because here's another thing. Is the WWE constantly says ratings don't matter. It's a different time. Things are different. Ratings don't matter. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll buy that to a degree. But then if you ever listen to like somebody that has any power in WWE talk about AEW, well, our ratings are 3 times what theirs are. Right. So ratings matter, and your ratings have gone just down the shitter. Mm-hmm. Like this year's post WrestleMania Raw was like one of the lowest rated Monday Night Raws of all time after WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. So it's like, are we doing something right, or are we not doing something? But they don't have the foresight to look at that. You know, we got a long-term plan. We got to follow through. Well, do you though? Because you fed your whole roster to one guy, and nobody cares.
That's their long-term plan.
Literally nobody cares, and they don't have anybody coming up. They don't have any. They have nothing. They have no one for that guy. It's going to be Cody, but you pretty much took a big old stinky dump on Cody's head at Mania. Mm-hmm. And he's now tarnished with WWE bullshit. So I'm just curious to see when he loses that belt. You know, is it going to matter? Because I don't think it's going to matter. Because I don't even think it'll be a feeling of relief anymore. Because I think Cody winning at Mania would have been a feeling of relief, like, thank fuck God it's over. But now it's just going to be like, whatever.
Like, he could lose
and it would be different if the title reign was enthralling. Mm-hmm. Because it hasn't been. Because it's been pretty much match after match with him is the same thing. There's no creativity. It's very flat. The Bloodline comes out, cheats, he wins. The Bloodline comes out.
People, that's the thing. People keep like going off about how it's just such a great storyline and it's the best thing they've been doing in forever and slow burn, years long thing. And it's like, no, it's been shit from the jump. Like they could have.
No, Leon, I'm going to disagree with you.
When Jay was initially going against him and everything, they had something decent there. But then the guys fell in line and it just got flat as fuck for like a year and a half. And then they bring in fucking Solo and Sammy, and all of a sudden it actually got semi-interesting again. But then they shat all over that too.
Like, I think it was. I think the story.
There's been like 3 or 4 months of good storytelling out of almost 3 fucking years. Yes, I am.
You're yelling.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I think it's warranted. And
it is, but I think the story they told with Sammy, I think they did have a long-term plan with Sammy, and I thought they told an amazing story. Now, was the ending what it should have been? Probably not. But like, what if you would have just delayed the Sammy turn a little bit, and you would have brought the World Shit Championship in, and you would have made a match at Mania for Cody to win that against like Seth Rollins, and then you would have had Sammy and Roman Reigns close Mania and Sammy won. Because they had to know they were bringing the belt back. They had to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had to fucking know. Could you imagine if Cody won the belt the first night and the second night Roman Reigns lost to fucking Sammy? Like, there's your fucking arc. There's your story.
I mean, we theorized this on that podcast that they were going to split the belts and Roman was going to lose both nights. And it would have been an amazing end to the story. And not just relief. Like, you had these two guys who you have brought up, Cody and Sammy, who have gotten they've gotten hot. And so, like, put them on the stage, give them the belts. Why not?
There was a feeling there for a while that a lot of AEW guys are going to go to WWE, and I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
No,
not after Mania.
I think that ship has sailed.
Not after Vinny came back, even.
But he's not, bud. He's just like, there.
He was just there for the sale.
Everything that I hear, and I keep reading, is that the things he's rewriting every week are the women's spot, like, angles and matches. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you doing that? Let him go. I hope Bailey gets out. There's a few others that I hope get out. Liv Morgan. I love Liv Morgan. She's amazing. She can work.
Mm-hmm.
Her character's awesome. She gets it. But, like, she's so fucking held back by them right now. She's another one. She won the belt from Ronda and then just lost it back, and it was like, whatever. So
I would love to see Alexa Bliss elsewhere, too. For the same reason. Like, she reminds me... Her and
Do you think she would work elsewhere, though?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think she would. She seems like such a WWE... Because...
She's very character driven, but she can go too, and I think she would fit in places. AEW, I don't know, maybe,
but she's amazing. I like her, and I think she's a great worker. I think she's a great character. Her heel persona was fucking amazing, especially like when she fought Nia Jax going into WrestleMania. I wanted her to win. But that they told such a good story with that, and then she cashed in the Money in the Bank and put over Ronda, and since then it's just kind of been. Have they ruined her?
Yeah.
Has the Bray Wyatt thing ruined her? With that creepy pedo shit they're doing. It's like I see her now, and that's all I can think of is that creepy pedo shit.
Fucking WWE.
Dress her up like a child and then put her in like sexually alluring positions. It's just like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know. Alexa feels like she might just be, unless they can find a way to reinvent her.
I remember her from NXT. I guess I didn't go through the whole she's with Bray Wyatt shit, and I don't follow her on any social media. I just thought that she was like, when she was in NXT, I thought she had a lot of promise.
She is. I could see myself. I could see myself hanging out with Lady Gaga wearing a meat dress. I would do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let me know if she gives you a call.
I could see you in a meat dress.
I look good in a meat dress. Half a foot, like fucking entire cow meat dress just hanging on me. Look good.
Hi, Ninja.
These shows are going on weird rants these days. I fucking love it. Fucking A. Wow.
I had a feeling it was going to be a weird one, but I didn't think it was going to get this weird.
Shit is really weird.
Yes, it is.
So weird.
Affirmative.
I am Town the robot.
He's a robot.
So I think this is a good time for us to go.
A robot.
This has been... I am Bud Robinson. This has been Leon Robinson and Town Robot.
I am Town Bot. Get it right, you dick.